It's bright and sunny morning here in Abu Dhabi at the Tolerance Oval, and we welcome you all around the world for what promises to be a great day for cricket. And we are all set for another thriller of a game coming up. Tasmanian Tigers taking on the Blaze. And let's head down to the middle where we got Awais Ali alongside two captains and the match referee for the all-important toss.
Bright and sunny here in the Tolerance Oval, Abu Dhabi, clear skies, and we are all set for match number 4, Abu Dhabi Women's T20 2025, and we're expecting to have another belter of a game as Tasmanian Tigers are taking on the Blaze. It's now time to introduce your two captains. On my left is Mary Kelly from the Blaze. On her left is Elise Villani from Tasmanian Tigers, and on the extreme left is Nadeem Anjum, our match official. Mary, you've got the coin? Please give it a spin. Heads is the call. Congratulations. Won the toss. What's the plan?
We're going to have a bowl today. I think it can be quite a difficult ground to defend as a bowling unit. So if there's anything in the wicket, if it holds a little bit early, then hopefully our bowlers can capitalise on that. We know they've got some really explosive batters at the top of their order. So looking to, I guess, put them under pressure by making them have to set a good total.
You've had a great start yesterday. We'd want to just continue with the form.
Yeah, absolutely. I think there were some really good things. There's always some things we want to tidy up, but all in all, it's nice to be put under pressure and come out and win a close game.
Talking about the surface, have you already adapted to the surface, which is quite different and quite low?
Yeah, I think it's sort of forever changing, if that makes sense. It can change, the conditions can change throughout the game. I think the wind plays a factor as well, and then just working out what your best plans are against a particular bowler as well. But I feel like the girls did really well yesterday, and looking forward to continuing that on today.
Any changes to playing 11, Elise?
Oh, there is. I haven't. I can't remember that though, but there is. There's some changes.
That's completely. That's completely fine.
Thank you.
Best of luck and give us a good game.
Thanks very much. Cheers.
Unfortunately, Mary, you've lost the toss. If you won the toss, what was your plan to do on this wicket?
Yeah, exactly the same. We wanted to bowl as well. Looked a little bit soft underneath, so it might be a little bit tacky early. So yeah, we wanted to. If it was going to do anything, we think with the ball first. But as a batter myself, I love batting first anyway, so I'm happy either way.
Game 1 of today, what do you think is going to be a decent target you want to post?
Yeah, again, similar to yesterday, probably looking at 150. We feel is defendable, but to be honest, even lower than that with our bowlers that we've got and the pitch being a little bit slower, it's kind of anyone's game, so it makes it more interesting anyway. So we'll see. Great
start to the tournament. How's the mood in the camp?
Yeah, really good. Everyone's really excited. We've got a few new debutants again today, so everyone's just excited to get out again, back here again this morning. So yeah, really excited for the day.
Well, I'll have to ask you this question again. Any changes to playing 11?
There is. Can't remember off the top of my head. I think we've got Scarlett Hughes who's making her debut for the Blaze today, and Prisha Thanawala as well comes in, and Amy Wheeler too.
Well done. Best of luck. Give us a good game.
Thank you very much. Thank you.
Well, that's the news, and the confirmation coming in from the centre is that Tasmanian Tigers, they won the toss and they decided to bowl first.
The news from the centre, Tasmanian Tigers, they won the toss and they've decided to bowl first. And joining me in the comm box, it's going to be Awais Ali, looking as fresh as ever and exciting to be here for what promises to be a great day.
Well, thank you so much for the lovely intro, and good morning to all our viewers. Let's quickly have a rundown at a very talented playing 11. Starts off with Mary Kelly, Catherine Bryce, Sarah Bryce, Georgia Boyce, Georgia Elvis, Josie Groves, Grace Ballinger, Amy Wheeler, Charlie Phillips, Scarlett Hughes, Prisha Thanawala. Yeah, who can forget the heroics yesterday from Grace Ballinger, the left arm speedster. And look, let's have a quick look at Tasmanian Tigers' very strong started lineup. Emma Mannix-Gives, Rachel Trenneman, Elise Villani leading the team, Naomi Stallenberg, Ruth Johnston, Lauren Smith, Mia Barwick, Julia Cavanaugh, Nicola Carey, Hayley Silverholmes, and Macy Gibson. So two sides who are coming in with a lot of confidence, mind you. Of course, they have started off their campaign with a win. And today, the story seems to be different as the Tasmanian Tigers winning the toss. They wanted to bowl first, which wasn't the case yesterday. They went on to bat first. And who can forget the heroic knock-off Talata? She played exceptionally well. So we're here. It's day 2 of Abu Dhabi Women's T20. It's bright and sunny. It's a very good day for cricket. Clear skies. And we should be in for a cracker of a contest. Maria Kelly, the captain, she's come out to open and she would want to continue the form as she was the player of the match yesterday. So here we go, Kerry to start off proceeding. It's ball number 1 of day 2. And straight away she gets that hint of inward movement and the captain is off the mark.
Just staying onto the pads. And easy pickings for her. Placing that nicely. Good attacking captaincy here. Getting a slip in as well early on. Might be something in this track. You want to be exploiting the conditions after winning the toss. Brand new ball and a little bit of grass on the surface. Got to get the length right.
Oh, that's a beautiful delivery. Getting that thick outside edge, and she too will be off the mark, but it's a good start by Kerry. She's ensuring that she pitches the ball up, and this is what you love to see early on, especially in the first game of the day. We've seen that it's a fresh track and there is a slight bit of moisture. Hardly there's any breeze, mind you. It's quite hot and humid out there. That's going to be wide, is it? It's going towards the boundary. We'll have to wait for the signal of the umpire. No, it's brushed off the pads and it's gone towards the boundary.
Like buys. And just a little shimmy down the wicket. She tried to put the bowler off there. And she tried to follow him up, just trying onto her pads. 4 leg buys. Still early on in the innings, just 3 deliveries. Got to assess the conditions here.
Beautifully played, in full control, and she is just continuing from where she left off yesterday.
Very positive. Great intent again. Shimmy down the wicket. Beautifully played. Was uppish, but always safe.
Yeah, she was always in control. She really let the ball come to her and played it so late. There you go, Michelle Botha on your screen. She was brilliant last night. She bowled exceptionally well for ECB women and really put her team into a commanding position. Good to see she's enjoying a game of cricket with her family. It's quite hot and sunny. Excellent day for a game of cricket. Beautifully played. This is elegance personified by Maria Kelly. Desperation in the field, but she is up and running. The captain once again is on the charge.
That is a class shot from her. That was the first one. And back-to-back boundaries here from her. She's really looking switched on.
Drifting down the leg side. She is getting that prodigious movement, but she needs to control the line. She's trying to bring the ball from the middle stump, and that's why it just keeps on going towards the leg side. Nonetheless, this is an excellent start here by Team Blaze. It's 1 gone, 15 for no loss. The Blaze are off to a blazing start. Already they've looted 15 runs and they're just continuing their form. After winning their last encounter yesterday, they will be coming a lot of confidence. And in comes another very talented bowler. She was brilliant last night. Julia Cavanaugh, left arm speedster. Doesn't really have that express pace, but she's got that extra bit of bounce. She's got a good height, and I think she will utilize this wicket to her full potential.
She does like to pitch the ball up with that inward movement to the right-handers. That's the danger ball for a right-hander opening batter.
Deep square leg and a deep mid wicket in place. Shimmies down the track, and this is what has persisted Julia Cavanaugh to just bowl slightly away from her arc, but off direction and balls are wide.
Yeah, she pushed it across. Saw her advancing down the pitch. That seems to be the trend with Mary Kelly. Always, she's looking to come onto that front foot to upset the length.
Yeah, a very busy cricketer, a very confident cricketer. Oh, very lucky. That was an inside edge, and an off day could have really chopped back onto the stumps.
Good delivery from Julia. Still looking to pitch the ball up and look to shape it back to her. It was perfect delivery. It's one of those wickets where early on, we said on numerous occasions, you got to apply yourself, and there's value for the hard work you put in early doors, and then you get the results.
Yeah, couldn't agree more. Before the toss, I was having a word with Elise Villani, and she said there is always something in the surface. Early morning. Lovely ball. It's a good delivery, and bit of a fumble. Oh, that's not good. And they will somehow scamper for a single. So she mentioned that early morning games, there's something in the wicket, and this is where she would want to bowl first if she goes on to win the toss, which she did. And I think she was right. We've seen early morning starts. That's where you can really take any kind of extraction and any kind of assistance from the surface. As the day progresses, as Khan, we know how easy it becomes.
Absolutely. I think it's a very good toss won by Tasmania, and they should make use of that new ball.
Beautifully bowled. Width offered, and Maria Carey, she's very strong in those areas, but I think she's missed out on that occasion.
Yeah, she looks strong on that front foot. We have already seen a couple of lovely boundaries through the offside. She likes to get onto that front foot.
Yeah, anything fuller in her zone, in her arc, she will look to go aerial towards the offside. Shot, trying to pull that, but couldn't really time it. Another dot delivery. It's turning out to be a quiet over.
Yeah, Julia, she's done really well in this over. Like you mentioned about the wicket, that early morning, little bit of tackiness, little bit of moisture underneath the surface. So there's always something for the bowlers if you get the ball in the right areas. As the days progresses, sun beating down, this pitch gonna quicken up, and the ball should come onto the bat.
And that's where Tasmanian Tigers bowlers will look to pick up early wickets, especially in the power play. Last delivery coming up, slow one, good roll of the fingers, and beautifully deceived in the end to close out a good over by Julia Cavanaugh. It's 2 gone, 18 for no loss. Nicola Carey to continue with the second over. That's been flicked away. It's going fine, and excellent bit of fielding. That is the desperation which we've seen throughout so far from Tasmanian Tigers.
Outstanding fielding effort. And she's done really well. Saved at least a couple. Carey, she's getting nice movement, inward movement to the right handers. Just he needs to come from slightly that fifth stump channel and try to finish on that middle stump line.
Yeah, absolutely. Off direction. Not the best of deliveries. You're absolutely spot on, Asghar Khan. I think if she tries to start off from the fifth stump, and also she's really got the privilege to bowl slightly fuller, as it's a new surface. It's the first innings of the day, and you can really afford to slightly pitch the ball somewhere around the fourth stump, fifth stump channel, and a bit fuller. And this is where you can entice the batter to play across the line. It's too short. That is too short. It's been edged, not the most elegant of strokes, but she's going to take it any day.
Width was the problem from Carey. Just short and wide, asking to be put away. And nicely done. Fine. Away from the keeper. 4 runs.
Yeah, it is that kind of a surface where with the new ball, there's always something for the fast bowlers. But the challenge is you need to pitch the ball up. And that's not a big challenge, I believe, Asghar Khan.
Certainly. You got to be prepared to get driven early on with the new ball.
Slower delivery, nicely disguised, and Bryce not really coming onto the line of the delivery. Nonetheless, the Blaze, they're off to a good start yet again. Yesterday, it was quite a similar start in the third game, where they were on the verge of scoring somewhere around 180, 190, but Team Surrey did exceptionally well and restricted them to somewhere around 157 in the end. That's a good delivery. Quick single, direct hit was required, but she's made it comfortably in the end.
Good cricket all round. Good intensity in the field. Trying to create opportunities. And 26 for none. Like you said, it's a wonderful start. Perfect foundation laid by the openers.
Yeah, they would just want to continue and carry on with the momentum which is in their favour at the moment. This has been walked away towards a deep mid wicket. They've got protection in the deep. They've got a packed leg side fielder. Shot made deep mid wicket, deep square leg. And that's the right field, considering we know that Carey, she's such a bowler. She's not going to take the ball away from the right-handers. She'll keep on bringing it in. And that's the plan for Nicola Carey. She's enticing the batters to go cross-batted, but both the batters have been smart in their approach so far, because they've been playing down the ground and along the carpet. That is a magnificent stroke.
Again, a little bit of width offside, off stump, and she really climbed into that one. That is a ferocious hit through the offside. Great stuff. 3 gone. 31 for none, Blaze.
So they're going to make the first change. It's going to be the tall right-arm finger spinner, Ruth Johnston, another very talented spinner. She's had a great outing in her first opening game. She would want to continue the good run. And let's see if she can get any kind of assistance and purchase of this wicket, as we haven't seen lately. The ball is getting reverse swept, and reverse swept beautifully. Maria Kelly is on the run.
Outstanding execution of that reverse sweep as well from Kelly. Right on top of the bounce. Rolled her wrist and placed it fine for 4. Great batting.
Yeah, it just shows that the confidence is oozing out from the blade of Maria Kelly. The captain, of course, she was the player of the match last night, and once again she's off to a great start. And it just shows that she's not really afraid to play those big shots. This is high, and I was just praising the captain. And she's found the fielder, and a much needed wicket picked up by Tasmania Cricket.
Enticing her to go over the top. Ruth Johnston makes the breakthrough. Safe pair of hands. And against the runner play, Mary Kelly goes for a very impressive knock. She'll be disappointed, bitterly disappointed. She's just thrown it away. 35 for 1.
Sarah Bryce makes her way in the center. And straight away tries to sweep it, not getting it from the middle. Shy the stumps. So they have gotten that important wicket, and that too a big one. Maria Kelly, one of the main batters who's been in sublime touch, and she's found her form early on in this tournament in the Abu Dhabi Women's T20. Lovely delivery. Catherine Bryce making her way in the center, the number 3 batter. This has been pulled away with precision. Elise Villani could just watch that go towards the boundary. So a good end to this over, slightly short, and she's gone hard.
Perfect timing and great placement. She's looking to stay positive. That's the perfect result. Last ball boundary, 14 for 1.
Oh, good delivery. That was a very good ball, and not really coming off the middle of the bat. So they have picked up that important wicket now. Over to the two sisters in the middle. They would want to form a partnership which is pretty much required at this stage, and they'll believe they're at a very good position at this stage.
Yeah, as far as run rate is concerned, they are off to a bit of a flyer, almost scoring close to 10 runs per over.
Julia Cavanaugh bowled a lovely first over, very economical, and this has been the key to her success. Her line and length, that had been very precise with the new ball. She's got really good control, and I think this is going to be a challenge because you're bowling to one of the best women's cricketers here in the world. I mean, Catherine Bryce is, of course, the captain of Scotland women's team, the current captain. So she will be coming in with a lot of confidence, and it will be a very pricey wicket if anybody goes on to pick that wicket. Oh, missed out. It was onto the leg side. She could have really just placed it towards fine leg. In the end, they will get a single in form for leg bye.
Oh, absolutely, Wesley. Plenty of talent and class in that squad. And like you mentioned, Catherine Bryce, current captain of Scotland. It's great to have such class players playing in this part of the world as well. That will encourage a lot of new young cricketers, inspiring cricketers these.
Oh, absolutely. No two doubts on that. A lot of kids are watching the legends And of course, a lot of learning and experience will be taken out from these games. It's such a privilege to really watch these fantastic cricketers. And it's a big stage. It's the Abu Dhabi Women's T20, and two of the best sides are battling it out. Nicely played. This has been driven down the ground. Always in control, using her feet. And she gets her first boundary.
Great intent. Lovely footwork. He timed that one superbly onto that front foot and hitting through the line, getting to the close to the pitch of the ball. 46 for 1. It's a great start.
Oh, it's a perfect start. Can't ask for more. Just 4 runs shy to reach the 50 mark. Lovely delivery. This is very smart delivery. And also good cricket all around. She saw the batter, she came down the track, and that's where she took all the pace off. And this has been one of the highlights, as Khan we kept on discussing even yesterday. How beautifully they've been using their feet. They've been so busy at the crease, and every time they look to come down the track and score some runs.
That's a real skill in the modern day game. Not many batters tend to use their feet. And that was superb.
Relaxed looking dugout at the moment. They know they are off to a good start. Oh, goes for that ram shot, and she connects it fine. It's going to be a long chase. And the ball wins the race in the end. And also the 50 comes up for the Blaze in just the 5th over.
She's so confident. That is a wonderful shot. Great skill set. Watching the ball closely. And finding a boundary. 50 up. 50 for 1 after 5 overs plays.
Last over of the power play, it's Ruth Johnson to continue ball the lovely first over. And also, she's picked up one of the most important wickets. The captain departs after she was off to a good start, but just finding the fielder and losing her wicket early. Yeah, that's going to be a wide. Trying to fire it onto the stumps, but just getting the direction wrong. Yeah, I really like the approach here from Ruth Johnston and also Julia. The right thing which they've done, they've ensured they don't bowl short on the surface, especially with the new ball. Comes down the track, goes for the big hit. Oh, she put it down. That was an easy chance. And we'll have to wait and see how costly could this be.
Chance created. And that was a simple take for her standards. Unfortunately, sometimes they don't stick. Big break here for the batter.
Goes for that ram shot. Takes a single. I think they can just continue on with the momentum and ensure they don't really play any kind of rash shots. So far, we haven't really seen any batter really play any unnecessary stroke or any rash shots. They're really waiting for the loose deliveries and respecting the good ones. That has been the key so far. Not only today, even in the last game, that is something which we witnessed and observed.
It's important. The application, the hard work is required on this track if you want to score runs.
Beautifully bowled. I think it was there to be cut, but after the ball pitched, surprisingly, it just went a little quicker. And I think it's all because the ball is still new. There's still lacquer on the ball. Last delivery of the power play. Tossed up, cut away, and bisecting it beautifully. Stamping her authority. And this has turned out to be a great start for the Blaze.
Outstanding power play. And perfect way to finish that one with a boundary. Onto that front foot and nicely played, carved away through the offside. 57 for 1. 57 for 1 after 6. Bowling change. Just straying onto her pads. She feel like Catherine braced. She missed out on an opportunity to get some runs. That was a middle and leg stump. Barwick. Again, improvisation. Wicket, short fine leg area. Another couple here for Catherine. Great start here from Blaze. If they go at this pace, they'll be getting close to around 180. That would be a very, very good score on this track. Barwick, she got to get her line around that off stump. That's a big full toss. Steered away through that gully and point area. A boundary. Bit of a loosener there. All she did, just placed it. Was curving away from her. Extending her arms and getting some bat onto that one. Boundary. So 6 runs coming of the first 3 deliveries. Oh, she just overstepped the mark and it's going to be a no ball. Free hit here for Catherine. Perfect opportunity to put more pressure on Barwick. And they can't change the field because she's the same batter on strike. Nicely struck. A lot of territory to cover for Lauren Smith. She does well. Couple of runs. So this is turning out to be an excellent over for Blaze against Tasmania. They are looking really good here. The platform has been laid. Nicely worked away from Catherine Bryce and Sarah Bryce in the middle. 2 sisters looking to build a solid partnership, and both of them looking rock solid in the middle, timing the ball beautifully, picking up the gaps. He makes room and she goes through that area again. Square of the wicket, behind square on the offside, 4 more. So a big over from Barwick. 14 of 8, 7 gone, 71 for 1. Lauren Smith into the attack with her right arm off spinners. Starts off with a full toss. Just work behind square. Going for that reverse flick. And Catherine picks up another wicket. It was a bit of a freebie from Lauren Smith. Tasmania, they desperately need to get some tight overs in. And that's what the captain, Elise, Vellani having a word with Lawrence Smith, trying to devise a plan here, I guess, to dislodge, to disengage this partnership, which is looking quite threatening. Worked away behind square again from Catherine. She's got all the shots in the book and she can improvise as well with those reverse sweeps, those ram shots. So much skill on offer. Class player. Catherine. Real loosener from Lawrence Smith. A desperate dive, but another boundary. Really getting onto that back foot so quickly. She knew where the gaps are. That's a very good shot. Top placement. Desperation in the field from Tasmania, but it was a loose delivery. Nicely driven. There'll be at least a couple now. They settle for a single. Excellent period of play here for Blaze. Getting on top of Lawrence Smith early on in the spell. Goes across the stumps and goes behind square. Brilliant, brilliant effort in the field. She keeps it to a couple of runs. She went across the stumps. Look at that. That is just outstanding piece of work. Lovely use of the feet again. And for another very productive over, 13 runs of it, 84 for 1 after 8 overs Blaze. $84 for 1 after 8 overs. Time for a change in bowling. Gibson comes in with her leg spinners. Lovely. Morning is pleasant. Bit warmer than yesterday. Nicely swept and swept fine. Excellent shot. This time it's Sarah Bryce. She timed that one to perfection. On top of the bounce, rolled her wrist as well. Key to that stroke was she didn't try to hit that one hard. Just focuses on placement. Better delivery from Gibson, drawing her forward. That's the length to bowl in this on this surface. You got to draw the batters forward. Again, she's looking to use her feet. Busy at the crease. She's been very, very precise. She cuts and beats her at backward point. Another single. A wonderful partnership developing between two sisters, Catherine Bryce and Sarah Bryce. Catherine, 28. Sarah, 36. In quick time as well. Excellent delivery. Worked away on the offside. 9 overs done. It's 91 for 1. Blaze. Short and wide. Cut away behind square. Will just be a single. Tasmania, they got to find some inspiration from somewhere. Brilliant catch. Ran out. Try and sneak in. Couple of tight overs. Barwick. He's got to bowl a bit straighter here. He's got a good field on the onside, mid-wicket and mid-on in the ring. That's good stuff. You just need to attack the stumps, I guess, on the surface. There's a little bit of tackiness. Early morning. A little bit of dampness. Not much. Pace-wise, this surface is not the quickest. So you've got to get your catches in close. Tasmania. Short cover, short mid-wicket. Could be handy on this track. She goes for a big one here. And just enough to clear mid-on. The temptation was there for her with mid-on and mid-off up in the ring. And she took the bait. Just enough connection to clear that mid-on fielder. With the wind as well, so it was pretty much a safe option from her. This time it was a low full toss. Toe end of the bat. And a smile really tells the story there. She was through the shot a little early. This time she goes big. One bounce into the fence for 4. Slightly on the shorter side. And dropping it short. She didn't bother to go back. And wonderful result here. That will force a change in the field, I guess. Yeah, mid-on goes back. Full and inside edge on that occasion. Will fetch her a single. Great partnership developing for Blaze. 99 for 1 after 10. So after 10 overs, 99 for 1. Wonderful partnership between two sisters. Sarah Bryce and Catherine Bryce going strong. 100 up for Blaze. 100 up at a very good pace. Tasmania winning the toss. Things haven't quite panned out for them the way they would have liked. Got to work hard and create a chance here. Big appeal. Going for that power sweep round the corner. Struck on the pads, but was clearly going down the leg. Also may have just pitched outside. She's giving the ball a fair rip here. Gibson. She's tried to just go behind square once again. Gets beaten. Short and wide. She'll be a little disappointed with herself. Couldn't really place that to perfection. 5 yards either way could have given him a boundary. Such a fast outfield here at the Tolerance Oval. Excellent use of the feet and very good running between the wickets. Obviously, these two have played a lot of cricket together. So that understanding is obviously there. Being sisters as well does help. That looked really close, and Gibson makes the breakthrough, disengaging the partnership just when they were looking to take the game away from Tasmania. Gibson strike, that was the top spinner going straight on, and Catherine Bryce caught right in front. Easy decision for Gavi Bauta, who's been phenomenal in this tournament as an umpire. Judge Catherine Bryce, LBW, for 31 of 23. Blaze lost their second wicket. Timely breakthrough for Tasmania. Getting rid of Catherine. It's a big wicket. Lawrence Smith. Her first over went for 13, so she'll be looking to get her act together here and try and squeeze in a tight over. Back up the good work done by Gibson from the other end. Played away on the offside. She's looking for that second, and a little fumble will allow her to come back comfortably. It's really important now from Blaze's point of view that Sarah Bryce, she goes on and convert this into a big one. She's on 47. Looking to push through mid-on. Straight back to the bowler. Dot ball. She's bowling at a nice pace. Lawrence Smith. Again, looking to use her feet. That is so refreshing to see. These batters consistently looking to come down the pitch. forced away off the back foot. She doesn't beat point. Good work done by Lauren Smith in this over. She must make sure that she doesn't leak a boundary while that turn back as well. Slow turn, but a very decent over from Smith. Tidy one, 105 for 2 after 12. Gibson continuing down the leg side. And it's going to be 5 wides. Slightly offline here. Gibson, she was trying to pitch that one on that middle stump and try to turn it from there. And just went on with the arm. 5 bonus runs. That's the sports staff as well from Tasmania. Done a remarkable job. Off the back foot. Sarah Bryce moves on to 49. It's important for Tasmania to keep the pressure, especially on the new batter. Try and keep her on strike. Not to be intelligent batting, pushing the ball into the gaps and giving the strike back to Sarah. She cuts and cuts brilliantly. Very important and impressive half century as she raises her bat to the gallery and acknowledge the applause from the dugout. Impressive knock from Sarah Bryce. 50 of just 39 deliveries. Very good delivery again. Gibson, she's managed to create some pressure. It's always great to have a leg spinner in your lineup. That's such an attacking option to have as a captain. Any stage of the game, you can throw the ball to her and you can expect a wicket. She's knocked him over. That is a very good delivery, opting to play off the back foot. That one just skidded on. Beautifully bowled by her. Gibson, top spinner, going straight on, and she just misread that one, opting to play off the back foot. Not a great option, especially early on in the innings. She has to pay the price. It's 113 for 3.
A timely wicket coming in for Tasmanian Tigers, and it was desperately required, pulled away, and not really find a desired gap. Once again, they are in a bit of a similar situation as to what they were last night after getting such a good start. This was the time when they started losing wickets against Team Surrey and lost track, and they went on to score somewhere around 157, which in the end was enough because they've got, I think, one of the best bowling attacks in this tournament, and they made life very difficult for Surrey batters, especially under the lights. Oh, beautifully bowled. She's bowling exceptionally well on this surface. There was a good little partnership between Catherine and Sarah. 67 runs was worth, and also 35 runs partnership in the start between Mary and Sarah. Oh, beautifully bowled once again. She's really getting that ball to turn. And that's good signs for the spinners. We've got another exciting game lined up after this, and they will be watching this game closely as well. Beautifully bowled, tossed up delivery. It's turning out to be an excellent over, and they won't want to do a replica Team Blaze as to what they did last night. Just at this stage, they started to lose wickets. It's just pulled away nicely, and it's away from the fielder. That's a magnificent stroke. Havli Silver Holmes tried her level best, but it was far away from her. And look at how quickly she's gotten into a great position. One bounce into the fence. So after such a good start to this over, just that one loose delivery and bouncing on to the opportunity is Sarah Price. She moves on to 55. A great opportunity to really convert this into a big one. Tossed up yet again. Dot delivery to close out. Once again, a good over by Smith. It's 14 gone, 119 for 3. Gibson to continue. By far, she has been the standout bowler. Not the best of starts, though, to this over. Drifting down the leg side, too full. And rightfully called by Harvey Botha. It's a wide. And also, I believe she's missed out an opportunity that could have been easily swept away towards the fine leg for a boundary. Lovely ball. She's really bowling in those teasing, nagging lengths, and she's made life tough for the batters out there. Exceptional performance, and she will be looking to pick up one more wicket. And if she can pick up the wicket of Bryce, that's going to be the icing on the cake. Got away. Georgie Boyce, the new batter, she's just made her way in the centre. Still has got plenty of time to really apply herself in the middle. We're just in the 15th over, and the Blaze, they're off to a flying start, a blazing start. This has been swept away fine, and they will settle only for a single. And this is where I believe that they've got a great opportunity if they can knock Sarah Bryce. Mind you, she came out to open, and it's not really easy conditions out there. Mind you, it's very hot and humid. So she's done a great job. It's the 15th over, so she must be running out of gas as well. Need to ensure you keep yourself hydrated in these kind of situations, and in these circumstances ensure the electrolytes are going, the fluids are required. Tossed up once again. It's turning out to be a fabulous over yet again by Gibson. She's having a great morning. Hasn't given any looseness so far in this over, and also she's got an excellent wrong on as well, which makes it so deceptive for the right-handed batters. Last delivery. Cut away. Only a single to offers. So this has turned out to be a sensational spell by Gibson. Only 23 and picked up 2 important wickets in a span of 4 overs. 124 for 3 after 15. The captain Elise Villani, she's opted to go back to her pace bowler, left arm pacer. Julia Cavanaugh bowled exceptionally well in the first spell. And straight away she's bang on target. And this has been one key element we've observed so far. Julia Cavanaugh, she's got a very persistent line, especially. She just varies her length, but the lines have been so precise, and that shows how disciplined she is. And the approach has been pretty much clear in her mind. And this is the time where she'll believe that the batters will look to play those aggressive strokes, and she could be in for one wicket. This is high in the air, it's long, and it's far, far away from the fielder. It's a majestic 6. She's just continuing the onslaught, gave herself some room, and bang, she goes down on one knee and clobbered this for a huge 6. You don't really see that happen much often. One of their premier bowlers, Julia Cavanaugh, has been hammered downtown. And that's all because Sarah Price is in that kind of a mood. She seems to be unstoppable at the moment. And I think that 100 will be going in her mind, which is pretty much possible. We're just in the 16th over. So, boys, now what role is going to be defined to her? That's up in the air once again, but it's away from the deep cover fielder, and it's gone towards the boundary yet again. It just seems like she's decided to cut loose now, and she's going after the bowlers. A fuller delivery with offered, and she's just gone over the point fielder. A safe shot to up, nobody patrolling, and the fielder was a mere spectator. So already 10 runs in the 16th over. Now they've got a great opportunity to score somewhere around 170, 180. Pretty much possible, but you need to ensure that Sarah Bryce, she stays in the middle and she continues the onslaught. This has been a terrific performance, and she's not done yet. Gives herself room once again. This is high, and another maximum. Where do you bowl to Sarah Bryce? You bowl short, she pulls you. You bowl full, and yet again she's hammered this. What a terrific knock she's playing in her second game. And she's just raced on to 73 in no time. Julia Cavanaugh is short of answers at the moment. Where does she bowl? I think she's just bowling a bit too full to her. She's very strong in those areas and offering a lot of width. Short delivery, and it's gone towards the boundary yet again. And nothing seems to be working for Julia Cavanaugh. It's turning out to be a massive over. 20 runs have been looted already, and even the short stuff isn't working. She shuffled yet again and very close to the keeper. Julia Cavanaugh, she bowled so well in the first spell until this over where she's given a lot of runs. 6-4, 6-4. What's next? This has been an exciting over, pure entertainment, because it's Sarah Bryce. She's decided to get her beast mode on. Yeah, this has been a brilliant knock. She's put her team into a commendable position, and she's not done yet. She's got a great opportunity now to score 100 for her side, and this should go down as one of the most valuable and memorable knocks. Last delivery, shot and pulled away once again. Gets only a single. So a massive over coming in for the Blaze in the context of play. They're up and running. It's 16 gone, 145 for 3. And on the other end, Georgie Boyce has been a mere spectator, and I'm sure she would have enjoyed the onslaught coming in. Sarah Bryce once again charges down the ground and goes downtown. That is a super shot once again. Swings her bat hard and it's gone for another boundary. What a shot. 82 in 52. She surpassed the highest score of Tabata Silvier from Tasmanian Tigers. And that is a special shot straight out of the screws. Using her feet. Pulled away and pulled away for another maximum. It's absolute carnage. Sarah Bryce, she's on a rampage at the moment. And where do you ball? Bang, look at that. That is gone. It's sailing, sailing. Forget about this one. She's hit it like a cannonball. So it's another bowler who's been targeted. And it is Ruth Johnston. She bowled so well until this over because it's Sarah Bryce. She's looking so dangerous. Pulls once again. And luckily, it's away from the fielder. What a priceless knock she's played. Sarah Bryce on the verge of scoring 100. It's not an easy track to really get those runs. And if you go on to score 100, it's a big achievement, especially on these surfaces where the ball tends to keep low. Coming around the wicket now. This is smart. This is very smart cricket. Good game awareness shown by Boyce. She knows that the bulk of scoring and all the runs, majority have been coming in from the blade of Sarah Bryce. So she's ensuring that she gives majority of the strike to her. Charges down the track. Hits it high. How far has this gone? Far enough, oh my word. That's a 6. Absolutely brilliant. Sarah Bryce, look at the finesse and look at the aura. Using her feet and going downtown. A massive hit in the context of play. Races it onto 95. Is she going to get her 100 in style with a huge maximum? Shot. This is high. It's long and it's gone towards the boundary. She races on to 99. Unbelievable batting. Look at the power she's been generating in this innings. Shot and one bounce into the fence. So close to be getting 100 with a maximum. It's pure entertainment. 17 gone, 167 for 3. Well, at one stage we were discussing if the Blaze will go on to score 170, 190. That is surely going to happen. They could be reaching 200. We could be seeing the first 200 coming in in the fourth game of Abu Dhabi Women's T20 2025. It's going to be Nicola Carey brought back into the attack. Dot delivery. Good start. And clearly we can see what Boyce she's trying to do. She's trying to ensure she gets Sarah Bryce on strike as quickly as she can. And she would want that Sarah Bryce goes on to play the majority of the next of the deliveries remaining in this innings. That should be the right approach and the method. And this is where they need to ensure Tasmanian Tigers, they don't let her take a quick single. Cut away nicely. Dot delivery. Yeah, she's doing a fine job. You can see the fielders, they're coming 5 steps ahead from the 30-yard circle. So good game awareness by the captain, Elise Villani, who would want to fire and get some runs under her belt, because her services will definitely be required in the second innings. She will have to get big score because they're going to chase big score. Drives it and finally finds the gap. It's going to be a single, which will mean it's going to be Sarah Bryce on strike on 99. We saw in the last over she did try to get her 100 with a glory hit against Nicola Carey. That's going to be a question to be asked. There's a bit of a mini meeting going on between the captain and Nicola Carey. So what's the field setup they've got? They've got a deep mid, a deep square, long on, long off. So there's nobody patrolling towards the offside in the deep. Here she comes. 99 for Sarah Bryce. Shuffles across the stumps, takes a single, and that's it. She rages on to her 100, and this has been a magnificent knock. Take a bow, Sarah Bryce, getting 100 in the second game of Abu Dhabi Women's T20. You've put your team into a commanding position, and this is going to go down as one of the best knocks we've witnessed in Tolerance Oval, Abu Dhabi. What a fantastic knock and a fantastic player. A blazing knock, a blazing cricketer. And she's not done for the night. There's still overs to go. There's still deliveries to go. 157 deliveries. This is something which you don't really see much often in a game of cricket, especially on the under these conditions where we've seen it's just so difficult to adapt yourself. But she stood tall. She had a plan. She had a strategy, and she has gotten her 100 in style. Now I think Boyce will have the privilege to go hard. Oh, that was a great effort. I think she did hold on to it, but just as she put in the dive, the impact was so hard, and maybe she just lost balance, and just there, yeah, losing the ball, and a chance has been given. 18 gone, 170 for 3. Nicola Carey bowled well in the last over. Boyce on strike, and that's going to be a wide to start off proceeding. 117-18 overs, that's a very good score. And they're not done yet. Charging in once again is Barbeck. Short delivery, hit hard towards the cow corner, and the ball has enough legs to trickle away towards the boundary. No stopping. That is a brilliant shot. Too short, and she's gone for a big hit. Couple of bounces into the fence. So a new batter has just made her way in the center. Hughes comes to the crease. Beautifully done. Because Sarah Bright, she's been retired out. She's done exceptionally well. She's already gotten her 100, and this will go down as one of the best knocks we've witnessed so far in this tournament. What an incredible innings. The technique and the focus, I think it was absolutely spot on. And reading the wicket is just testament to the fact, the hard work she's been putting in. Also, of course, reaching a century is never going to be easy, but she made it look so effortless. The patience and the perseverance, it has been truly remarkable. Beautifully ball, and she's got that outside edge. She picks up a wicket, and a timely wicket coming in. Barwick, she picks up her first. Good delivery, pitched in the perfect length. Tries to drive it, and yeah, the thinnest of outside edges. And she did not even wait for the signal of the umpire. She just turned around and went back. Hughes, a slight departure, not disturbing the scorers. Goes for a knot. New batter makes her way in the center. It's going to be Prisha Thanawala. She doesn't really have much time in her hands. She'll have to straight away get into the act and look to play those aggressive strokes, because there's only 9 more deliveries left in this innings. That's close, and she's been given. Javi Botha took his time, and he's given her out. So Thanawala, it's a sorry departure. She'll have to go back after a knot. She didn't really have any time whatsoever to really get her eye in the middle. She had to get on with the act. Nonetheless, not contributing. It's 176 for 5. So losing wickets yet again is team plays, but they've already gotten a lot of runs on the board. They are sitting at a very comfortable position. 176, that's a very good score. Drifting down the leg side, long chase, and I think the ball will win the race. So another boundary, and that 180 is now up on the board. Massive score they've already achieved. Lovely stroke. Just using the pace of the bowler. It has been such a mixed bag of events. We've seen a couple of boundaries, we've seen a couple of wickets, and that last shot, beg your pardon, that was 4-leg buys. I assumed that she did get some bat on that one. Last delivery. Shot and missed out. She knows she has missed out on this one. Dot to close out the penultimate over. It's 180 for 6. Last over of this innings, Josie Groves will of course now have the license and the privilege to go hard, to go big. She's played only a couple of deliveries alongside Georgie Boyce. She's been there for a while. Beautifully bowled. Hint of drift inwards and deceiving the batter. And even if they get even 4 to 5 runs, it's going to be okay for the Blaze, because 180 is a huge total that they have gotten, especially on this surface. And we know how good are the bowlers of Team The Blaze. We've seen glimpses last night. They've got some quality bowlers in their lineup. Excellent fast bowlers. The spinners, they made a life very tough yesterday for Team Surrey. So it's just not going to be all that easy for Tasmanian Tigers. They'll have to really bat and bat extremely well. Well, this is high up in the air. The captain giving a long chase and the ball plugging into the surface. So a couple of more runs. The idea was right by Josie Groves. She saw the opportunity that the ball was pitched full, and that's where she intentionally wanted to clear the mid-off fielder. Went aerial, but miscuing it. She didn't really get it from the middle of the bat, and it was a mistimed hit. Nonetheless, she gets another 2 important runs for her side. 190 possible. Why not? 7 more in 4. Oh, missed out yet again. That was drifting down the leg side too full. Could have easily just nutsed it or flicked it away towards fine leg. It has been a tough outing for the bowlers today. And Tasmanian Tigers, they'll believe that they need to just get a good start, especially in the first 6 overs. The power play has to be something which Tasmanian Tigers will look to score somewhere around 50-55 bare minimum. Worked away towards deep square, just a single. So she's bowling well here. Nicola Carey bowled an exceptional first spell as well. But the problem has been the extras. 23 extras is what they've conceded, and that is very unlike of Tasmanian Tigers. Usually they're so disciplined. You don't really see them offering so many wides. Now they're making a change in the field. The cover fielder, the deep cover comes in. So they've got a long on, long off, deep mid wicket, and a deep square leg. Tries to go for the ramp shot. And luckily for Nicola Quarry, that Josie Groves did not find any kind of connection. And this has been one of the highlights, I think. If you talk about something which we've seen and observed, there are 3 things. One is the reverse switch hit. Second is the ramp. And third is, of course, how beautifully they've used their feet. Last delivery of this innings. Oh, wanted to go for a big hit. And yeah, there's no point running for that. She would have been run out. So that's the end of the innings. And the Blaze, they will be the one who will be going out much happier, because they have piled a huge target. 185 in the allotted 20 overs. And it has been a magnificent performance. Mary Kelly, the captain, giving a good start. Then Catherine Bryce, she played well. But of course, the standout player was Sarah Bryce. She scored 157 deliveries. And that was one innings which is going to be remembered for a very long time. Well, that's the batting card for you. You can see the top order batters. Sarah Bryce, 157. She got retired out, mind you. She wasn't out. Nobody could get her out because she was in that kind of a mood. Catherine Bryce, of course, playing a valuable knock of 31. Georgie Boyce also coming in and supporting Sarah Bryce, playing 15 deliveries, scoring 12. And in the end, they have put a huge total on the board, 185 in the allotted 20 overs. Well, hasn't been the best of bowling performances. Julia Cavanaugh started off well, but she's been a bit expensive. Ruth Johnston also, where we saw Sarah Bryce was severe against her. Expensive pick up a wicket. And I think 2 bowlers who did exceptionally well were Mia Barwick, picked up 2 wickets. And also Macy Gibson, 4 overs, 2 wickets, only 23 runs with the economy of 5.75. That is brilliant stuff. 23 extras. This is something which they really need to look into when they come out to play their next games. Right then, the first innings of match number 4 is done and dusted. And this is what they need when they come out. Tasmanian Tigers, 186 in their 20 overs with a required run rate of 9.3 from the word go. It's going to be an exciting run chase. We're going to take a short break and we will be back with more action. Stay tuned. Welcome back once again, viewers. We're all set for this fascinating run chase. 186 is what Tasmanian Tigers they need. It's not going to be all that easy because who can forget the brilliance of Sarah Bryce? Her batting with excellent composure and skill, demonstrated strong technique and focus throughout her innings. And now over to the two openers. They've got a job in their hands. First delivery, the chase is on. Beautifully bowled. It's a good start. Who can forget how beautifully Grace Ballinger she bowled last night, where she went on to pick a few wickets in the latter part of the innings. So much is now going to be dependent on Rachel Treneman and Ruth Johnston, two very experienced wicketers, and they will have to get on with the act and score quickly in the first 6 overs. Close, very close, and given. Well, that was a brilliant delivery. It swung, and it swung late, and it's undone. Treneman, oh, plumb in front. That is out as it gets. So not the best of starts here from Tasmanian Tigers. They lose their first wicket, and Treneman not disturbing the scorers. It's 0 for 1. Perfect start here for Team Blaze. They were exceptional in the field in last night, and yet again, brilliant start. Charging in once again. Beautifully bowled. This is a start they would have required.
Oh, absolutely. Terrific length first up. That left arm angle, pitching the ball up and looking to shape back. And she got that front foot slightly across and that one shaped back. What a start.
Yeah, an ideal start for Team Blaze. And she's just continuing her brilliant form from last night. Beautifully bowled onto the stumps. This is a brilliant start. Well, what makes her a special bowler? I think we know a lot of left-arm fast bowlers worldwide. They've got the tendency to bring the ball in, which is a stock delivery. Naturally comes in with the angle left-handed bowlers. But talking about Ballinger, she brings the ball in, but it comes in late. That is one special talent which she possesses, makes it so difficult for the batters to adapt. Lovely, beautifully bowled. This is an excellent start here.
Yeah. Wesley, you make a great point. And when someone gets the ball to bend back light, just like that, it makes it, that delivery which really came back, that was late swing. And why she gets that late swing? Because she gets his wrist cocked and really gets that movement back.
Last delivery of the first over. Brilliant start so far. Well done. This has turned out to be a brilliant start. Starts off with a wicket maiden. Gary Ballinger. She's up and running. 1 gone, 0 for 1. Perfect start for Gary Ballinger. Picks up an important wicket and also it's a maiden. So things aren't looking too good at the moment for Tasmanian Tigers. Steaming in once again. This is going down the leg side. Good start. The idea is right here. They're trying to ensure they target onto the stumps. Charlie Phillips, we saw even last night, she was brilliant. And they've got a really good camaraderie, both these bowlers, Gary Ballinger and Phillips. One moves the ball, shapes it outwards, and one brings it in. And also Gary Ballinger has a bit of more pace.
A perfect combination, a deadly combination as well for Blaze. And that's where Tasmanian, they got to weather the storm here.
Beautiful outswinging delivery and not the best of shot selection. Ruth Johnson wanted to play across the line. She was quite expensive in 1 over where Sarah Bryce decided to go hard against her. But now she's got the bat in her hand and she need to score some quick runs for her team. Get off to a good start, especially in the first 6 overs.
Yeah, they need a quick start because they're chasing a big target on this pitch. You need to get off to a bit of a flyer to put the pressure back on Blaze.
Nicely done. That's a good delivery. And that's what happens when you lose early wickets. It just puts you at the back foot so early in the innings. Tasmanian Tigers, they would want to get off to a blistering start, but it's just not looking all too easy because 2 bowlers at the moment, Phillips and Ballinger, they're making life tough. And good to see Maria Kelly. She's always there with her bowlers, always supporting and a few words of advice and wisdom as to where you need to bowl on such kind of surfaces where it's just such a difficult task to play as a batter.
Yeah, she's just brilliant as a captain. And there you go. She makes a change. Reinforcement on the leg side. Square leg comes in. Mid wicket and mid on.
9 deliveries have been bowled so far and not a single run has been scored. Shows the consistency by the fast bowlers. Lovely delivery and now finally they get off the mark with a single. Good bit of feeling in the deep. In fact, they will get a couple of runs.
Welcome couple of runs for Tasmania. Get off the mark there. 10 deliveries it took. It's a slow start for Tasmania Tigers. Chasing a big target. The required rate is jumped over 10 so early in the innings. Have to deal with a lot of pressure. Charlie Phillips. Nicely clipped through mid wicket. That's excellent timing from Ruth. Onto it in a flash.
Yeah, lovely stroke. It was Fuller and look at the balance. She never really lost her balance when he was trying to flick it from her presence. Gets an important boundary. And that's much more like it from Ruth Johnson, one of their senior campaigners, will look to score some important runs in this important encounter for both the sides. Of course, both the teams have started off well in this tournament. They've got a win under their belt. Oh, quite a similar delivery as to what we saw where she flicked away towards the boundary. This time, she's missed out. End of the second over, it's 7 for 1. Grace Ballinger to continue. Struck once again, and I think this time there was a lot of element of doubt because that late movement, and also that delivery, it struck outside the leg stump.
Yeah, just drifting towards the pads and with a missed leg stump. But she started off brilliantly, bowling a wonderful length, attacking length, and bowling at a very decent pace as well.
Yeah, and also she's got a slip in place, and that's because at times the ball holds on in the surface and doesn't swing. Goes for the ram shot, and she's found a decent connection. And this has been one of the highlights in the limelight. This ram shot, how many times have we seen this? And once again, the execution was perfect.
Top class execution. And very brave shot as well at this stage of the innings. They are so adept in playing these shots, which is just an outstanding skill.
Yeah, making a slight bit of adjustment in the field. Now they've gotten a deep square leg and a deep third man and a packed offside field. Gary Ballinger, one of those bowlers, he doesn't really like to be rammed and hit for those big shots. Creates room and goes downtown. That is a brilliant stroke. Stamping her authority and has hit it hard, rather belted it hard down the ground.
Getting to the pitch of the ball, she really smashed it through the line. Not an easy shot when the ball is just swinging. That new ball, taking the challenge to Ballinger, taking her on. What a shot.
Yeah, the coaching staff so far, they seem to be pretty much relaxed at the moment. And why not? After you've surpassed the 180 mark, seem to be in a comfortable position. And also they've gotten an important wicket early on. So a partnership needs to be stitched desperately. Good to see Ruth Johnston. She's off to a flyer, 15 in 9 deliveries. And talking about Nicola Carey, I think she bowled her heart out in the first innings, but now she's got a big responsibility with the bat.
A big responsibility. Now that she's got a start, can he convert this start into a big one? Just like early on we saw Sarah getting that big 100.
Yeah, you just need to get used to the conditions first, and once you get your eye in, that's where you can really look to go big. Drifting down the leg side, I think she was going for that glory delivery once again, wanted to swing it away from Ruth Johnston, or beg your pardon, Nicola Carey, who's yet to be getting off the mark.
Left hand, right hand combination for Tasmania. They need to strike this partnership, get some impetus into this innings.
Fuller delivery, good ball. And I don't really think nothing much could have done on that occasion. It was too full, couldn't really come underneath and meet the line of the delivery.
Good areas once again. Inviting the drive. The odd ball will keep a little low. Not much, but the odd ball just sometimes just creates that doubt, that element doubt in your mind. That's where you can attack the stumps a bit better.
Yeah, couldn't agree more on that, Asghar Khan. Lovely ball. This is the one you need to be careful, the one which comes in towards the left-handers. That's an excellent delivery to close out the third over. 17 for the loss of 1, Tasmania Tigers. Pretty even Stevens so far. 17 is what they've gotten so far in 3 overs, and they have lost one early wicket because Gary Ballinger, she's bowling beautifully at the moment. Oh, that is lightning quick, and she has got her. Oh my word, she just took a split of a second to dislodge the base. Have a look at this.
This is sharp piece of glove work. Absolutely stunning. And Harvey Botha at square leg, no hesitation in raising his finger. Well, that's a big blow. Stranded down the leg side. That's the end of Ruth. Important wicket here for Blaze. 2 down for 17.
Brilliant glove work behind by Sarah Bryce. And the bowler was Catherine Price. So both of them doing a good job. And Catherine and Sarah, both of them, they played exceptionally well in the first innings.
What a combination. It's a deadly combination for Blaze. Just going down the leg side and she overbalanced.
Good delivery. Good front foot forward defense. Stalenberg, she's got a big responsibility in her hands now. A back leg side field, a deep square, a deep mid wicket. And that's the right approach because Catherine Price, she does have the tendency to bring the ball in towards the right-handers. So she would want the batters to play towards the mid wicket. Just like that.
Crisp push on the onside. Stalenberg. Let's have a look. Again. She just lost that balance. Fraction. And quick glove work.
Walked away towards square leg region. That's going to be a long chase. And they will come back for the easy second. Not easy. Close. And her partner, she was the one who was a bit hesitant. It was Nicola Carey, who's yet to get off the mark. So it's turning out to be a brilliant over by Catherine Bryce. She's doing a fine job. Knocked her over. She's uprooted the middle stump and Stalenberg has been castled.
Looking to be aggressive. Just that huge gap between bat and pad. And she's struck for the second time in this over. Tasmania in trouble here. 19 for 3 after 4.
Not the best of starts here for Tasmanian Tigers. They've lost 3 wickets and that too pretty early. We're into the 5th over of the power play, and this is exactly what was not required. Losing wickets. And the moment you start losing wickets, that where it becomes so difficult to really get that momentum in your favor.
Oh, absolutely. And chasing something over 180 always requires a solid start. But they've lost 3 wickets. They need a special knock from someone to get back into the game.
Yeah, this is what happens when you lose wickets. There is that added bit of pressure on you, and that last delivery, it was full. There was a lot of width offered, but even this one, she's not able to get it away. She must be feeling a bit of pressure, because you know when you're chasing anything more than 170, 180, you need to get your team off to a flyer, but that hasn't been the case. She's already faced 8 deliveries and yet to be off the mark. Phillips charging in once again. Sharp bumper. Pulls it away, but unlucky, finds the fielder. So finally, she is off the mark.
Yeah, good cricket all round. Aggressive bowling from Charlie Phillips. Banging that one halfway down. It was a good control pull shot from Carey.
Yeah, absolutely. And I think the match is not over, because in comes Elise Villani, one of the most experienced cricketers in the women's cricket domain. And that's where she will look to go big. But she's got time in her hands, so she can really apply herself, get her eye in the middle. No rush. Tucked away nicely towards deep square, gets a single, and she will open her account straight away.
Yeah, she's just a class act. Loads of experience. Tasmania will be really hoping that the captain play a significant role here. And if he does get in, watch out.
Yeah, you can see nobody's really smiling at the moment, and for obvious reasons, they've lost 3 early wickets, and we're just into the 5th over. Beautifully bowled. The ball slightly holding into the surface. Another dot delivery. So this is turning out to be a fabulous over yet again by Charlie Phillips. She bowled exceptionally well under the lights, and this was a challenge. It's a day game. It's an early morning start, and this is what makes her a special bowler, really. She's got the knack of adapting to any kind of surface she's given to. Brilliant.
Oh, absolutely. She's bowled wonderful length. Brilliantly pulled off the front foot. Carey getting on to that one quickly.
Just marginally short. It shows how powerful she is in those areas. And this shot should certainly give her a lot of confidence coming into the next overs. It's 5 gone, 25 for 3. Last over of the power play. Nicola Carey getting a bound in the last delivery. This has been nudged away towards deep mid wicket. Well, they'll believe that they just need a good partnership. Nicola Carey, she's been there in for a while now. Elise Villani, we know how talented a batter she is. So it's just that they need to prolong and ensure they stay in the middle and try to take this game as deep as they can, because the required run rate is not really gone out of their hands so far.
Oh, absolutely. It's about one good partnership, and the momentum can swing.
Lovely delivery. And this is what's good to see. Catherine Price, she knows she doesn't have that express bit of pace, so reading the situation and trying to bowl it fuller. And of course, she's got that natural outswingers to the right-handers. And of course, coming in once again, Catherine Price. This has been hit hard towards cover. Will get only a single.
Yeah, she's bowling a perfect length. Also, not short, not wide, just that nagging length around off stump. She got fielders in front of square, that short cover and mid wicket are in play.
Yeah, the variations have been absolutely mind-boggling so far by the bowlers of the Blaze. Watchfully played once again under the eye line. That should be the way to go about. At least look to rotate strike, get those singles and doubles every time it's on offer. Ensure you don't play any dot deliveries. It's not that kind of a surface where you believe that it's very difficult to bat. It is difficult, but at least you get those singles and doubles.
Yeah, initially, as a batter, got to get through. You have to get to the pace and the bounce of the surface. Work hard for your runs initially, then you can really capitalize once you get in. Again, excellent shot, but straight to short mid wicket. Good bit of work there. I was traveling. 6 overs gone. 28 for 3. Tasmania. $28 for 3 after 6 overs. Tasmania, they desperately need a solid partnership here. And they need the skipper to really rise to the occasion here. Carrie, she's 6 of 15. Spent decent amount of time on this track, so she'll be able to play a lot more fluently now. That has gone fine for 4. To end of the bat. That one just capped a little low as well. And she wanted to really smash it past point, but it's lack of pace. To end of the bat, but a perfect result. A boundary. To start off the 7th over. They just need to milk it around. Pick up one out boundary here and there. Short ball and pulled away in style by her. What a shot. Second boundary of the over, fraction shot. And she gets onto that front foot, pulls with power. A drag down here. Amy Wheeler, she's got to get her length a lot fuller for this surface. It's a slow surface, so you can't just afford to drop it short. And the smiles are back in the dugout, because back to boundaries here for the skipper. She goes again, brilliant stuff at backward point. Really, it was a stunning piece of fielding. One good partnership can really put them back on track. This run chase as well. $149 more required. Required rate is 11 runs per over. It's doable. It's about just breaking it down to small targets. Carey goes through the offside. So, very good over this for Tasmania. 10 runs so far. Going along nicely. It's amazing when you get a partnership going. All of a sudden, batting becomes easier. At least by the looks of things. Short ball again. Brilliantly done. Powerfully struck from the captain. That's third boundary from her in this over. Just flat batted. 7 overs gone. Momentum here for Tasmania. 42 for 3. Forty-two for 3 after 7 overs. Nicely done through the offside from Carey. She's looking a lot fluent here. At least she's now able to work the gaps. And on the other end, captain Tasmania. She's looking in fine form. 3 boundaries in the previous over. Tossed up delivery, offside, off stump. All of a sudden, there's a little bit of momentum developing for Tasmania. That's the beauty of this game. You can swing either way. Goes reverse, top edges that one, and it's been dropped. Can you believe it? It was a bit of a dolly. Let's have a look. Slowed it up. She wanted to fetch it. Go behind square. Top edge. Simple chance put down. Straying onto the pads here on that occasion. She overbalanced, but you could keep her behind the stumps. Sara. Not a neat collection early on. It was a brilliant stumping from her. $44 for 3. Lovely use of the feet. But she doesn't get past that cover fielder. Looking really positive. 3 runs so far in this over. It's going to be a change in the field. Moving that mid wicket to short fine. Getting another fielder on the offside. Tossed up again. Inside half of the bat. Pretty tidy over. Comes to an end. 8 overs gone. 46 for 3. $46 for 3. Very good delivery there. Good start from her. Alvis hitting that perfect length. Nicely tucked away on the onside. Another single. From this stage onward, they need a boundary every single over one feels, because that required rate is jumping up close to 12 runs per over. In that kind of situation, you do need to strike on regular basis. Full toss, clipped away. She'll be a little disappointed. I just picked out the fielder at long on, Carey. She could have done a lot more with that. Nicely worked away. Runs are coming in singles at the moment for Tasmania. They need a couple of big overs. Now is the right time. They're going to have to put their foot down, take a few risks, get one big over to really put the pressure back on the opposition. Nicely clipped away for another single. So 4 of the overs so far. Alves, she's doing a good job for her skipper. Last ball of the 9th. Short ball, pulled away, went straight to mid-wicket. Will just be a single. 5 runs off the over. 9 gone, 51 for 3. $51 for 3 after 9 overs. Nice punch of the back foot. Good period of play here from Blaze, keeping things tight. No freebies. Lovely use of the feet. She's gone aerial. 1 bounce and 4 runs. Excellent stuff. Lovely use of the feet. She goes down the ground for 4. Captain leading the way here for Tasmania. Need a lot more of this. Lovely shot again. Nice placement. And she comes back for the second. Excellent footwork. Previous ball, she went down the pitch, forcing the bowler to just drop it short. Quickly, she walks back on to that back foot and punches it through the offside. That's great batting. Again, she pulls and gets through mid-wicket. The short mid-wicket first, and on the second, she beats the deep long on fielder. A little fumble, and that should have been stopped on both counts. Boundary gifted here by the Blaze. Again, she pulls hard. This time will just be a single. excellent over this for Tasmania. They got 11 of it. Nicely played, but she doesn't get past that fielder at backward point. Halfway stage after 10 overs. Tasmania 62 for 3. They need 124 further runs in the remaining 10 overs with 7 wickets in hand. Sixty-two for 3 after 10 overs as she works that one on the onside. So that drinks break. I'm sure they would have talked about the run chase and how they would go forward from here. I think one of them would have to at least go hard here. Full toss. Carey, she hits the ball hard. Unfortunately, in this innings so far, she lacked the placement. Few very good shots. Fortunately for her, she's kept on finding the fielders. On the other end, Elise Villani, captain, really playing a wonderful hand here. She started off brilliantly. 34 of 22. She's just doing a wonderful job. She needs a partner. I think Carey would have to now put the foot down and go harder. She's always looking to play that pull shot, and she does play it well. Field is set accordingly. They're not allowing boundaries for Carey, putting the pressure on her. 13 of 24. She's been tied down. On the other end, Villani, she's really hitting the ball cleanly and finding space, picking up those boundaries. Runs, they need to come from both ends for Tasmania. At the moment, just singles from Carey. End of 11 overs, 68 for 3, Tasmania. Sixty-eight for 3, Tasmania. Desperately need a couple of big overs here. Worked away on the onside. Nicola Carey. The pressure is on her to lift that run rate at the moment because it's gone up over 13, the required rate. That can be daunting. Tossed up delivery, and she's gone big. Man bounce 4 over mid on. Captain really proactive. The moment she saw that extra bit of flight, took it on the full. Bang, over mid on for 4. Again, use of the feet. Brilliant, brilliant fielding. Stop that one. That was just about perfect. Nice sunny day, much hotter than yesterday. And he's enjoying himself sitting up there watching cricket. This beautiful ground here at the Tolerance Oval. Well, that's a good effort in the deep. They scamper back for the second. It's all happening here. And he has given her run out. That's a big wicket. Let's have a look. Short delivery. She pulled it and pulled it hard. Have a look at the effort. Oh, diving forward, a tough one. But she recovered pretty quickly. And got that throw in just in time. That's the end of Nicola Carey. Run out. Tasmania lose their 3rd wicket. One more look. It was pulled hard, flat. At that moment, she recovered pretty quickly. And firm throw, getting rid of Carey. Four down for 75. Tasmania worked away round the corner. Just improvisation here. And a couple of runs. That was slightly short, slow through the air, so it provided an opportunity to go. behind square, a couple of runs. This game is getting away from Tasmania here. They need big overs and quickly now. That sort of stage of the game. Nicely struck. Straight to mid-off. A dot ball to finish. 77 for 4. That was the effort. The run out. And good presence of mind from the square leg fielder to come in and throw just on time. 77 for 4 after 12. Amy Wheeler into the attack once again. Hit hard but straight to mid-off. So captain Elise Villani, she's looking to break free here. The onus on her now. Tasmania's chances in this game will depend a lot on their captain. Nicely pumped down the ground. That's a very good shot from Elise Villani. Powerful, powerful strike. Amy Wheeler slightly on the shorter side as far as this track is concerned. She's got to bowl a bit fuller without change of pace. Wonderful stuff. Nicely played through the offside. 4 more. She's really turning it on now. The captain of Tasmania. She certainly means business. Excellent shot. Terrific timing. Elise Villani moves on to 44-27. Not enough support from the other end. She'll need someone to play that brisk cameo from the other end to get back into the game. Still that chase a long way off. 105. Nicely struck. Powerful, powerful square cut. Elise Villani goes to a half century. 52 of 29. That was a brilliant, brilliant cut shot. She had no chance in the deep. Desperate dive, but gone all the way. Oh, that is special. She is really enjoying herself now. Another boundary, 4th boundary of the over. This time off the front foot. Elise Villani stamping his authority, moves to 56 with that boundary. There is hope for Tasmania as long as she's out there. Brilliant batting. Powerful batting. Amy Wheeler She's gone for 26 so far. Just the kind of over they needed. That one capped low and is given as a wide. Tasmania. They're fighting hard. Someone needs to really stand tall alongside their skipper. This is a goodish batting wicket on the slow side, but there's plenty of runs on offer if you get in. It's going to be a dot ball to finish. 17 of the over. 13 gone, 94 for 4.
Ninety-four for 4 after 30. It's not over until it's over because you still have the captain in the middle, Elise Villani. She's leading the charge, leading from the front. And still, they need 92 runs, but a couple of big overs and the complexion can change very quickly. Groves. She's bowled decent so far. Tall, right arm spin specialist, wrist spinner. Tossed up, full toss. This is high. That's gone a long, long way. That is a monstrous hit. Well, she's certainly turning on the heat here in the Abu Dhabi Tolerance Oval. Full toss and smashes it down the ground. The power she generates, Elise Villani, she races on to 62 and has given a glimmer of hope to her side to have the slightest of chances to chasing this massive target. Comes down once again. Good use of the feet and she's found the gap yet again. It's going towards the boundary. This could be the over they were desperately after. 6 followed by a boundary. The captain is really taking the responsibility. Look at the feet movement. She's been so busy and downtown she's been so strong. And this is where you have to be a little careful as a bowler. Don't offer so much flight to Elise Villani. She's going to hammer you all day night. So 11 runs in the first 3 deliveries. This could be that big over of 2022. And that's where they will believe Tasmanian Tigers. They've got a chance to win this game. Tossed up. This is high in the air. And once again, it's sailed over the fence. That's one bounce into the fence. It's a boundary. So make that 15 runs in the first 4. That is such a sensational hit. Once again comes down the track. And she's hit it straight as an arrow. Seems to be unstoppable at the moment. Elise Villani on 70 in just 34 deliveries is all it took. Such a fierce striker of the ball. And a fearless and a courageous approach is what we witness. Goes hard, goes long. Make that another maximum. It's raining sixes. It's pure entertainment. Elise Villani, she's gone berserk. Bang! Look at that. That is out of here. No need to run for that. She said, stay where you are, Mannix Gives. What a tremendous over are we witnessing. 6, 4, 4, 6. What's next? Massive hit by Elise Villani. 76 in 35. Now the equation looks much simpler. 71 in 6.1. That's possible. Smart. This is very smart. Intentionally, she's opted to take a single in the last delivery and will keep strike. Massive over coming in the contest of play. It's 14 gone, 116 for 4. Well, I think no surprises. The captain, she's opted to go with experience. We've seen Catherine Price picked up those two important wickets in one single over, and she's been brought back for the purposes to disengage this partnership and get the wicket of Elise Milani. Lovely delivery right onto the stumps, and each and every dot delivery is going to put some pressure. I think we're just seeing a tremendous game of cricket at the moment, and this was certainly on the cards when two giants collide against each other. One of the best sides. Trying to go for a big hit, just a single. They won't mind the singles at this stage. What they need to ensure is the run flow of the boundaries and the maximums. That's something which they can't afford. Until the last over, before the 14th over, the match was pretty much in the hands of Team Blaze. Now, Tasmanian Tigers will believe they do have a fair bit of chance to really chase this down. This is hit towards the cow corner, and brilliant bit of fielding. And that's the urgency which is required in the outfield, and she has done a fine job and has saved a couple of runs for her side. This is getting interesting. We've already seen a couple of thrillers last night. We expect another one. Match number 4 of Abu Dhabi Women's T20. Two teams who have already gotten a win under their belt, starting off their campaign with a thumping victory yesterday. And now, two teams battling it out yet again for another win. A few nervous faces in the dugout. They know that they do have a great chance to win this. Hammered, but straight to the fielder. Mary Kelly, the captain down there. It's turning out to be a good over. Catherine Price, this is where the experience comes into play. Just the 4 runs is what she's offered. Hit hard, goes downtown once again. Another boundary. What was looking like to be a quiet over, Elise Milani spoiling by hitting a lovely boundary downtown to close out the 15th over. It's 124 for 4. Last 5 overs remaining. This is uppish, and she's taken it. It's gone towards one of the best fielders in the house, and she's not going to drop those. Look at that. She wanted to clear the inner fielder, and yet again finding the fielder. So timed wicket coming in. Manix gives. Will have to go back. Elise Milani did needs some support from the other end, and Manix Give decided it's right time to go big, and in the process she's lost her wicket. She goes after scoring run a ball 6. Losing a wicket at a now unopportune time is Tasmanian Tigers, just when the captain Elise Villani wanted support at the other end. The Blaze bowlers have picked up a wicket. Nicely nudged away, and in comes another exciting talent, Hayley Silver-Holmes. This match is still, I believe, in the favour of the Blaze. 61 and 4.4. It's a tough task, but until and unless Elise Villani, the captain, stands the ground, they have a fair chance to really chase this. Full toss, it's in the air. This could be a chance. Oh, very, very close. And that could have been pretty much game over for Tasmanian Tigers if they lose Elise Villani at this stage. Still a lot of runs to be scored, mind you. 60 in 4.3 in this on this surface. It's not going to be easy. So all is going to be dependent on Elise Villani. Flicked away nicely. She's found the gap. It's racing away towards the boundary. And this is what Elise Villani she needs. She needs some resistance and some support from the other end, because she's been losing partners and none of the batters have been really looking to get those important runs at crucial stages. So you need someone to get one big over alongside Elise Villani. Join the party. Get those couple of boundaries in this over. Cuts it away nicely towards point region. That's another boundary. Oh, this is a brilliant hit by Silver. Short, and look at how low she went. Cut away to precision. Gets another boundary. These are very, very important and valuable runs. This match certainly seems to be going down to the wire right till that last delivery of this match. Brilliant batting. She's really come out with an intent, and it's turned out to be an excellent over for Tasmanian Tigers. 16 gone, 135 for 5. Still 51 needed in the last 24 deliveries. Good news for Tasmanian Tigers is that the captain is still there in the middle, batting at 83 in just 41. Nicely driven towards long on. Does the right thing straight away, gets Elise Villani, the captain, on strike. And that's what you need. You need to ensure you give the majority of the strike. So they've gone with their experienced bowler. They've introduced, or rather reintroduced, Gary Ballinger. And the reason is they need to pick up Elise Villani. So they're not holding her back. They've opted to bring her a bit early. Coming around the wicket. That's a fine shot once again. And it's gone over the fielder's head, and she could be just a mere spectator. It's in the slot and hammered down the ground. That is a biggie. And I think if she would have come from the warp, that the story would have been slightly different. Could have been a catch. Races on to 89 in 42. Elise Villani. Dot delivery. Each and every dot delivery will pile up pressure on Tasmanian Tigers. Yeah, they can now feel the heat. The Blaze, they were in such a commanding position early on, where they got 4 wickets. They were 75 for 4 at one stage, Tasmanian Tigers, and then came the captain, Elise Villani. Hit hard once again, but she's found the fielder. That is a magnificent take by Georgia Elvis. It was struck so hard and she had hardly any time to react, but look at this catch. Brilliantly done. She kept her calmness and composure, and that's how you take these low catches. Perfect technique. And now, also after the dismissal of Elise Villani, the captain, the dreams to win this game, I think, is gone pretty much out of the windows. Brilliant knock, 89 in just 43 deliveries, but just could not take her team over the line. It's 142 for the loss of 6. Brilliant captaincy once again by Mary Kelly. She's opted to bring Gary Ballinger early, and the reason was for her to pick up a wicket, and this is exactly what she's done. She's picked up the wicket, and that too of the set batter. She was a major threat, mind you, the captain Elise, when she was there in the middle, and she will be absolutely dejected and gutted. From this stage, she would have really wished and hoped that she could have taken her team over the line and also could have gotten a personal milestone of 100. That would have been icing on the cake. Last delivery coming up. Fuller tries to go for a big shot, gets that inside edge, takes a single to close out. A fantastic over by Gary Ballinger. She's done a fine job for her side, picks up the most important wicket. 17 gone, 145 for 6. Charlie Phillips back into the attack, bowled a good spell early on. Now she's got a job in her hands. The match is still not over. 41 required in the last 18 deliveries, dot deliveries. That's something which they can't afford. And also the singles and doubles is not going to be a big concern for Team The Blaze. It's been well led once again by the captain. I think she's done a fine job. She's been an inspirational leader and yet again marshalling her troops to victory. 41 or make that 40 now in the last 17. Goes hard. Oh, this could have been a catch, but she's hit it so hard, straight down as an arrow, and gets an important boundary. It was too full, and in the zone, in the slot, she's gone hard. Oh, that would have been an absolute blinder of a take if that would have stuck in her hand. And nonetheless, it's gone towards the boundary, and an important one for Tasmanian Tigers. And also, the 150 comes on the mark. So 36 more required in the last 16. Cut away, dot delivery. That's the perfect length you would want to bowl. And as a batter, it's that kind of a surface where you need to really execute and try to maneuver the ball, try to do something different, create your own shots. You need to be busy at the crease, and that's what we saw in the first innings, where Catherine Bryce and Sarah Bryce, both of them, they played a lovely knock, getting valuable runs Sarah Bryce, of course, the centurion. The first centurion in this tournament. Oh, brilliant glove work. She's an absolute live wire behind the stumps. Sarah Bryce. That was a very difficult take, and the technique is absolutely sensational. Also, mind you, not to forget, she's already gotten a stumping in this innings, and hardly does she take any kind of time in the middle to dislodge the bails. It's getting tougher and tougher. Nudged away towards deep mid wicket. They've run the first one hard. They're going for the second. This is going to be close. No, better throw, and things would have been different. So they are still hanging there with singles and doubles. You can see that the required run rate has crept up to almost 16 runs per over. 34 required. What are the bowling options? She's got plenty of bowling options. Grace Ballinger, surely she's going to bowl one over. I don't really think she's going to hold her till the last over. She will be bowling the next over. That's what I believe. Nicely done. Good delivery. Shy the stumps. And a single to close out yet again an excellent over for the Blaze. Charlie Phillips, she's done well. 18 gone, 153 for 6. Last couple of overs remaining. It's Gally Ballinger. No surprises. Beautifully bowled right in the block hole. And nothing much Silver Holmes could have done. She got important runs for her side. She was giving a good support to her captain, Elise Villani, getting out at the wrong time just when Tasmanian Tigers wanted her to stay. Things are looking quite difficult. They need couple of huge hits to stay alive in this contest. That's been cut away. She's found the gap. This is going to be a bit of a teaser, and somehow the ball will win the race. So getting an important boundary, and the Tasmanian Tigers are still hanging in there, and they still will believe that the match is not over. That was an excellent shot. The execution was perfect. Just created room for herself and really struck it hard along the carpet. Gary Ballinger, she's bowling her heart out so far. She's done a fine job. Coming around the wicket yet again into the block hole. It's been hit hard but can't really find the desired gap. Single only. And each and every single, you will see how quickly the required run rate will creep up. 158 now, 28 required in the last 9 deliveries. It's just getting out of their hands, but it was a fantastic run chase. They did well, but in the end, I think it just looks like they're going to fall short. Hit hard once again down the track, and she's found the boundary. Hold on, the match is not over yet. Until these two are there in the middle, you can't write off this game. And the umpire, Harvey Botha, he's done a fine job to get out of the way. Lawrence Smith, another very, very talented cricketer, right-handed hard hitter. She's come out at a stage to bat where there's a lot of work which needs to be done. 2 deliveries, these are 2 massive deliveries. If they can get a couple of more boundaries, that's where they will still believe they've got the slightest of chance to win this game. Goes long now. Oh, unlucky. Couldn't really get it from the middle of the bat. Single coming in the 5th delivery. So 10 runs of the 5. 23 required. What a fascinating game of cricket we have witnessed. Absolutely sensational stuff in the middle. Oh, she's done exceptionally well behind the stumps. Sarah Bryce, she has definitely saved 5 wides for her side. Look at this. Yeah, brilliant. Excellent glove work. Goes for the ram shot and no timing, no connection whatsoever. They will sneak in for a single in the form of nothing. She's got bat. So that's going to be a single to close out the 19th over. It's 164 for 6. Oh, what a brilliant tournament we are witnessing. I think we've seen tremendous growth and improvement in the recent years, and such tournaments featuring women, I mean, these teams have been nothing short of inspiration. This tournament, I believe, it's just been incredible talent is what we've seen, resilience, and also the passion which they bring to this game has been absolutely phenomenal. Last over of the match. Goes for a big hit. Has she found the gap? No, she hasn't. They will come back for a couple of runs. I think she's going to be in a lot of trouble. Yes, she is. She's been given out on field. They had to come back for the second. Look at this. Going down on one knee. Couldn't really find the desired gap, but look at the pick up and throw. Brilliant work. And once again, it's her. It's Sarah Bryce into the action. She is absolutely lightning quick with the gloves. A live wire in the field. And yet again, she makes no mistake whatsoever. So a good brisk knock by Silver Holmes comes to the end, scoring 25 in 15. 166 for 7. Catherine Price, she's doing a great job for her side. She's bowled exceptionally well in the first 3 overs. And she's been given the last over where the opponents, they need a lot of runs. So don't really think Catherine Price would have given anything more than 7-8 runs. She's a fine talent and she's really showcased her skill and talent in this all-important game for the Blaze. Hit hard. She struck it towards long off, just a single. So it's pretty much done and dusted from this stage. Mathematically, it's not over because they'll need 3 huge maximums. But I doubt if that's going to happen. Barwick, she's just made her way in the center. Goes for the big hit, and they're going to get only a single. Yeah, that's it. The match is pretty much done and dusted. 17 required in the last 2 deliveries. This has been a comprehensive and clinical performance. Is that what we've witnessed by Blaze? And also hats off to Tasmanian cricket. They've really played some good cricket, some good shots. This is high up in the air. And they will look for the second. Oh, cleaner pickup, and we would have seen another wicket going down in the form of a run out. Good slow delivery. She did come underneath the ball, but just could not get any power behind the shot. Yeah, she was not even in the frame, and not the best techniques, I guess. She should have just been behind the stumps. Tries to go hard. A single to close out the over and close out this game. It is the Blaze. They are the ones who have come out strong. They've held their nerves. There was a phase in between in the second innings where the captain of Tasmanian Tigers, Elise Villani, went absolutely berserk, and that was the stage where they were a bit nervous, but then stood tall, showed calmness in the middle, and it has been well led yet again by the captain, Mary Kelly. She's marshaled her troops so well, and I think she was spot on with the rotation of her bowlers. Smart thinking captain. That's the batting card for you, and you can see that Rachel Treneman, she was a judge LBW in the very first over. Gary Ballinger picking up a wicket. Ruth Johnson and Nicola Carey just providing some impetus to this innings, but then you can see Naomi, that was a big wicket going down. Elise Villani, 89 in 44, missed out on 100, and also she was on the verge of taking her team over the line. Hayley Silverholmes, a good brisk 25 in 15, and Lauren Smith couldn't really get the job done in the end. Well, a very impressive bowling performance yet again by the Blaze. One of the best strong bowling lineups so far in this tournament. You can see good performance coming in by Katie Bryce. 4 overs, 22 wickets is what she picked. Grace Ballinger, yet again not disappointing, 2 important wickets. And overall, it has been an excellent performance by all of the bowlers. And look at the extras which they've given. Only 4 extras shows the consistency and the discipline they have maintained in this innings. Match number 4 done and dusted. The Blaze put into bat first. 185 is what they've scored. Sarah Bryce, 100 to her name, and that too unbeaten. She was retired hurt. 57 deliveries. It took. Catherine Bryce also playing a good 31. And in reply, Tasmanian Tigers, they could manage to score only 172. It was Elise Villani gave some hope to her team. The captain leading from the front missed out to 100 and also couldn't take her team over the line. Catherine Bryce, yet again her name in the bowling card as well, because she's picked up 2 important wickets. So an all-round performance, and this has been an excellent victory for Team The Blaze in the 4th match, and have won this game by 13 runs. We are just going to take a short little break, and once we come back, we will have Asghar Khan down in the center for the post-match presentation. Stay tuned.
Welcome to the post-match presentation of Abu Dhabi Women's T20 2025 in match number 4. Tasmanian Tigers winning the toss and inviting the Blaze to bat first. The Blaze scoring a massive total of 185 in 20 overs. In reply, Tasmanian Tigers, they fell short. They could only manage 172 for 7 in 20 overs. The Blaze winning by 13 runs. Now I would like to invite the captain of the Blaze, Mary Kelly, to please come forward and have a few words with us. Many congratulations. Another thumping victory. How does it feel?
Yeah, it feels really good. It was obviously a tough game, but thanks to Sarah Bryce's brilliant 100 that gave us plenty of runs on the board. So it might have looked a bit panicked, but we kind of knew we were settled all the way through.
2 out of 2, especially in overseas conditions. You must be really proud.
Yeah, we're really happy, especially we've kind of changed the team each game, trying to give a few new girls a run out as well. So yeah, to come away with 2 wins and still have plenty of things that we need to work on as well. It's kind of all we could ask for from the tour so far.
Absolutely brilliant performance. All the best for the rest of the tournament.
Thank you very much.
Now I would like to move on to the Player of the Match award, and it goes to Sarah Brace for his magnificent 100 of just 57 deliveries. Please come forward and have a few words with us. Absolutely stunning knock where we've seen the batters struggle on a wicket. It's slightly sluggish. How did you manage to be so fluent and flawless?
I think just gave myself a bit of time to get in, and then once I got the pace of the wicket, felt like I could be a bit freer and just kind of loosen up a little bit. And I think when you have that mindset, it can really help to just let loose. And luckily, it came off today.
Especially when you travel overseas, what sort of preparation you go through to be able to excel in these conditions?
I think I'd be really lucky to get some great exposure of different wickets, different conditions. Like you say, getting to play different places. So I've definitely been able to take that experience and learn from it and put it into practice.
Absolutely brilliant knock. All the best for the rest of the tournament.
Thank you very much.
That's it from the presentation. We are done and dusted, but we will be back shortly with more action to follow.